If you've been looking for cheap and reliable coins over EAFC 24, then please look no further than FIFAcoin.com. As usual, they've got great discounts on their website and you can get an extra 5% when you use my code MARTIN. Link will be in the description.
Hi guys, Martin88 here and welcome back to another EAFC 24 video. And today, I've got a very important video for you and it is my 5 top tips on how to win more games in FUT Champs. So it's going to be without face cam. I'll come back at the end of the video on face cam, but without further ado, let's get straight into it and see how we can help you win more games.
Yes, so the first thing on our list, guys, is to make sure that you are triggering runs. This is a great way of creating opportunities. You can see I've frozen it every time that I'm doing it. So you have a look at the controller. It is LB or L1, whether you're PlayStation or Xbox. Give it double tap in the direction of the player that you want to do it. But the purpose of triggered runs is to give you more time, more space. If you have a look at this one, I've triggered the run of the left winger really early. Gives me lots of time and space on the ball to pick out my cutback. Easy stuff. You know, it's an absolute must to have in your game. You know, if we have a look at this one right here. So I've got the ball with Madison. I've triggered the right winger really early so that I received the ball halfway inside the box instead of receiving it outside the box. And that made it a much easier finish. Right, this one is taking it a step beyond. So this time I'm using a triggered run as a decoy. Yeah, and it just gives your opponent something else to think about. They're keeping an eye on the player that you've triggered and not thinking that you're going to ignore it and do something completely different. Also, another thing is how early you can trigger your runs. Yeah, the earlier that you can do it, the more disguise and the quicker that you'll play and the more that you'll take your opponent by surprise. Right, number 2. It's something that's been very popular this year, and it's RB/R1 dribbling. And for those of you that don't do this or aren't aware, it's just a much more explosive, controlled way of dribbling. The ball literally just sticks to your foot. You need to have players with very good dribbling. Low center of gravity helps. The technical play style. You can see here that all of these clips are with Ludovic Guli, the hero. He's very good at it. You can imagine the types of players that are great at it. You know, you got your Neymars, your Pateles, just, you know the drill. All of these types of good dribblers. You can see again, it's just the ball sticks to you like glue and you're still able to run very fast. It's very difficult for your opponent to get the ball off you. Kind of like glitch through them in a way, which, do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't know, but it works very well. Okay, starting to look at the defense, the second man press. The key when defending is to not let your opponent have time and space on the ball, okay? So, using the second man press appropriately is absolutely key, okay? So, a lot of the time, I will make sure that maybe I'm running back with a midfielder and I will apply a little bit of second man pressure with a defender. If we have a look at here when I've frozen it, so you can see I've got my left back and my centre mid. I'm trying to close the gap. We've closed it. It makes them go backwards. Then they start to venture forward again. We freeze it again and you can see I've got my midfielder and my left back. We start to close the gap. And eventually they get frustrated. They try a long shot and we're able just to pick up the pieces. Yeah, so it really helps build the frustration, keep the spaces tight and keep you nice and secure because defense is everything. Right, let's have a little look at this one. So a lot of the time what you're trying to do is almost like sandwich your opponent, like double team them. Use the second man press sparingly as well because it does run out. But you can see here, instead of me just passing it over to the left back, I'm second man pressing with the left back and using the left midfielder to track back with, and eventually just runs out of options and runs the ball out of play. Easy peasy. Right, number 4. This is a huge message and it's the number 1 message that I give people when they start coaching with me, and it is do not lose the ball inside of your own half. Don't give your opponent any gifts because we can work on all this other lovely stuff, but if you're just giving the ball away needlessly and gifting your opponent goals, then none of that matters. And you can see in all these clips, I've stopped it in situations where it's not a very nice place to receive the ball, but you've got to concentrate and you've got to look after it and you've got to make sure that you play your way out of trouble, and then you can think about what you're going to do in attack. Okay, don't think about attack when you're inside of your own box. It's an absolute no-no, to be honest with you. Okay, and that leads us quite nicely into tip number 5, which is game management. Okay, now that doesn't mean play the ball along the back four. This is a clip of me seeing out a game with 5 minutes to go. And it's not as easy as people think to keep hold of the ball. You've really got to focus. Think about the players that you're using. You know, are they fast, slow? Have they got any stamina left? Trigger runs, all that type of stuff. But it's also, are you 1-0 up on the 45th minute and inside your own half? Make sure that you go into halftime leading, you know. You're 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go. Yeah, you might still want to attack, but don't take any unnecessary risks. All that type of stuff. That's what we mean by game management. And you can see here that it is possible. I see out a good 7 or 8 minutes using keep ball, and this is what you should be doing when you're in front realistically. Okay, they are my 5 tips. Back to the face cap.
So that will do it for today, and it's the visiting fans who will go home.
So there we go, guys. Really hope that that's helped a lot of you. Honestly, you could always do more than five tips, but they were ones that I really thought would help you guys out a lot. So hopefully they do. If they do and you enjoyed that, and obviously feel free to get in touch about the coaching and explore it further. But if you don't and you just appreciate the video, then please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.